1,000 subscribers. I'm basically a professional at this point, which means I need to professionalize the studio. Step 1, new drum kit. Admittedly, the drum kit may be a little bit too big for my room in the current layout. So step 2 is we're going to move some things around. I'm going to switch the desk and the piano, and I'm going to rotate the kit 180 degrees to get it facing away from the wall. With the desk over here, my monitors are now out of the way of the glare that I used to get from the window. The only problem is this shot right here, which is the easiest one to set up out of the 3, which also look like this and this. Both of those look really cool. They're just a little bit more difficult to set up, and they aren't useful for when I'm working at my desk. So this will be the camera angle for that. There is positive of this camera angle, and that is my drum kit in the background, which looks and sounds amazing. The size of the kit was of course the reason for moving the whole room around. You take one look at this kit and you realize it's basically a full-size acoustic kit with just shallower tom-toms that are still basically full size. I don't want to make the video sound like it is just based around the drum kit, but just really quickly, full-size cymbals, 16-inch crashes, 18-inch ride, 14-inch hi-hat, 14-inch snare, 8, 10, 12, 14-inch tom-tom, 20-inch kick. Everything is pretty standard to what you get with an acoustic kit, except again, shallower tom-toms. Plus a massive module that has a 10.1-inch touch screen. When the desk was over there in its original position, right next to the drum kit, I had about that much space to squeeze through to get in and out of my room, which wasn't enough. So I switched them because the piano was shallower, and now I've got about 1 meter, which is much better. Speaking of the piano, how good does this camera angle look? Especially after I play around with it a little bit more and maybe even clean up the corner of my room. I should try moving that just maybe there, where I've got a music stand that I don't need. Already this looks really cool, and it can only get better. Now, while we're on the topic of the piano, I just want to quickly show you a song that I'm working on that I wrote in 2020, 2021. So we're talking about a 3 or 4 year old song. I'm actually really proud of this song. It's the first thing that I tried to write on the piano, and in my humble opinion, I think it sounds excellent. It's going to become a 4 or 5 minute long epic that will have some distorted guitars in the later sections of the song. We're going to add acoustic guitar, drums, bass, maybe even some strings. Don't know what. No idea, but I've got that. I can play trumpet or violin, which I have under my bed. I do intend on making some videos with the trumpet and the violin, first of which being a learning the instrument in a week, and then of course progression videos from then on. My only one little bit of nervousness with making those videos is there is a significant learning curve at the beginning of learning the instrument. Like with the piano, halfway there. Let's just make that sound good. With guitars, yes, you do need to work out how to put your fingers on the neck and apply pressure so you can get a nice clean note. But once you figure that out, you're away and you can play whatever you want. You just got to work at it. Drums, you hit them. Virtually no learning curve at the beginning. So each of these instruments you can basically play almost as soon as you get it. But then there is a learning curve after you learn a few things. Like with the drums, you can do the basic beats and basic fills, but then you start looking at independence. With piano, you've got all the fancy licks and stuff. With guitar, same thing, all the fancy hammer-ons and slide techniques. And how to do arpeggios and stuff like that. But with the trumpet and the violin, the learning curve is basically immediate. It's going to take more effort for me to learn how to just get a good sound out of the instrument than it would for the other instruments that I can already play. That is my nervousness. With all that being said, it's finally time to move into the third section of this video and start talking about some announcements. First announcement is that I should have made this video a couple of months ago when we actually hit 1,000 subscribers. If you check down at the bottom now, we're officially at 1,394. So we've already made a significant amount of progress from the last milestone, which is excellent. The reason that I delayed this video for so long is because I didn't know what to do for the 1,000 subscriber special until I went back and realized that I made a 500 subscriber special, which was me turning my bedroom into a studio. So I thought it was only fitting to continue that and make the studio better, hence the video. Now for the real announcements. For any of you that have been following my channel the past little while, you may have seen the writing an instrumental album in a home studio series. Up until now, I have only been writing and recording demo tracks for the album because my old kit was not up to standard for recording, which was the main reason I wanted to upgrade to the Strata Prime. Now that I have this, we can officially move away from the demos and start writing and recording the real tracks. The reason that I mention this is because sometime in the near future, when I can afford to, I'm going to start uploading these videos onto Spotify and get the music career properly up and running. That is announcement 1. The next announcement is about a course I'm going to start working on, focusing on how to become a multi-instrumentalist. I plan to have a plethora of different tutorials ranging from beginner all the way through to advanced on each individual instrument, so drums, piano, bass, and guitar. One of the big things that I want to try is have some different variations of the course that are all specific to what instrument you choose to learn first. Let's say that you choose guitar as your primary instrument. We'll have, for the beginners, some very basic tutorials on how to play the guitar, and then we can move into playing chords and bar chords and scales. Once we look at becoming a lead guitar player and understanding these scales, we can move over to the piano, where we can more visually see all this music theory. And then when we look at rhythmic theory, we might do so with the drums. So that's how we can kind of involve every instrument together. On top of all of this, we can also look at training your ear. So learning how to play songs by ear, by recognizing intervals, chords, and chord progressions and scales, a whole bunch of different stuff. The final thing that I mentioned about the course is linked to songwriting. We're also going to look at how to record your music. So we'll look at DAWs, audio interfaces, microphones, and recording acoustically versus electrically with instrument cables and stuff like that. My third announcement is just something that I wanted to really quickly bring to your attention in relation to tutorials. I've been getting quite a few comments recently requesting different types of tutorials, and I will message back and say, all right, done. I'll add that to the list and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. And sometimes I get angry messages after a week or two and they say, come on man, what's going on? Like, hurry up, make my tutorial. I asked you about it 2 weeks ago, where is it? I don't make any money from these. So I'm focused at the moment on making my money with my job as a teacher, where I'm at work, including travel time, for maybe 35 hours in the week. And then of course you've got extra hours at home. It's just part of the job as being a teacher, writing emails, talking to parents, etc. and lesson planning and stuff like that. But I'm also trying to run this channel. Every video takes me probably, it ranges, sometimes 10, 15 hours for a short video all the way through to a full week working on one video, 10 hours a day. Like, there's a lot that goes on into this channel. I've also got 2 other channels. I'm trying to run the home gym and then the @Keen YTC channel, which I've got with me and the boys. There's a lot going on in my life. I can't just drop it immediately to do that one video that you suggested, but I will get onto it as soon as I can. I don't want to come across as, like a sellout or something like that. But if you gave me $1 million, I would make your video right then and there and would stop at nothing to get it done. I wouldn't do anything else until it was finished. If I'm ever lucky enough to start getting paid by YouTube, I will of course start increasing that and decreasing my job so I have more time to focus on the content. And when that happens, I can make your videos in a more quicker and advanced rate. But until then, you just need to be patient. The last announcement that I have is about a 2-part video which I was working on for all of 2023 and some of 2024, which I will be releasing sometime later in the year. I still need to finalize the editing on both parts of the video, but the main thing that I've been waiting for is some real music, which I of course wanted to do myself once I upgraded my kit. Now that I've upgraded my drum kit, I can officially finalize those songs, put them into the video and complete them. Just flicking through my notes for the video, and I think I've talked about everything that I wanted to mention. So thank you all so much for 1,000 subscribers. Sincerely, thank you. It's been a long time coming, but it's finally here. and I'm excited to see what comes next.